If you are looking for an escape from this long, hot summer, grab some ocean-themed fabric and make the August block for the Little Bit Different Block of the Month program. We are making zigzag blocks that remind me of those gorgeous, calming ocean waves and that cool breeze. Here is the zigzag block we will be making, and I chose a variety of creamy yellows and teals to work with this month. I can't wait to see your version. The zigzag block is constructed from half rectangle triangles, and whenever you are working with HRT units, you have to be very careful of which direction the diagonal is going, because HRTs do not rotate the way that half square triangles do. So be very careful and precise when you are planning your block so that you get the right number of pieces going the right direction. To make HRT units, I start with rectangles of fabric that are an inch bigger than my unfinished unit. And the Little Bit Different ruler has that measurement marked on it. So if you purchase this ruler, you will be all set to make the half rectangle triangles that go in the Little Bit Different collection of blocks. So we have to first cut our triangles, and I'm going to layer my fabric right sides up. I want both pieces of fabric right sides up, and I am going to cut them on the diagonal, and I want more diagonals going to the right than to the left. So there is my one set, and I can layer these together to cut. And if you don't like cutting that many layers of fabric, then just adjust to what you need. Now I'm going to turn all of my triangles so that we have all of them paired up, ready to sew in that configuration. So I've got my uphill unit, and with this other set, I'm going to make my downhill unit. And I am just lining up the ruler from corner to corner and trimming cutting once on the diagonal. And again, I rotate the fabrics so that all my triangles are lined up. Lights on one side, darks on the other side. And when I get ready to sew, I will be turning these so that right sides are together. And we're going to be sewing along this long edge. And you notice that there are two mountain peaks when we line our triangles up. If somehow you were trying to put these fabrics together, obviously it wouldn't work like this, because you wouldn't want to have a right side facing a wrong side. But you can see how that would not open up to be a rectangular unit. So if we keep them in the final block layout and just flip that one fabric over, we are ready to sew. When I am finished sewing my half rectangle triangles together, I press the seams open to reduce the bulk in the corners. And now I'm ready to trim these to the size I need in my block. And again, the Little Bit Different ruler has markings exactly the size I need in this corner. So I'm going to line up the diagonal of my ruler with the diagonal of the seam in the unit. And You will notice that we are a little bit off grain, and that's just the nature of these blocks and these units. So if that's really concerning to you, then you will have to adjust your methods. But I am fine with trimming that, and then I just turn that around and find my seam line here, again putting the diagonal on my diagonal seam, and trim those corners, and those dog ears can be reduced. And then that HRT is ready to go in my block. I'm going to give you a little bit more close-up view of the unit. We are using this unit right here. And again, it's marked with these dotted lines on the diagonal, and the seam allowance is always also marked. So you've got a 1/4 inch there on all sides, and there's another line there. But that is what the markings look like on a darker fabric. And we can also see how, because of this fun kind of day glow orange, those markings actually show up pretty well on both dark and light fabric. I'm really pleased with the construction of the Little Bit Different ruler. The other great thing about this ruler is that it has a no slip coating on it. So when I place it down, that you can move the ruler to place it, but it's going to grip your fabric, and you're not going to miscut because that fabric is held secure with that non-slip. It's just a little bit sticky on the back, and that makes it really nice for keeping your fabric in place while you are cutting. So I will get these HRTs trimmed, and then we will lay out our zigzag block. We are ready to lay out our zigzag block, and we want each row to have the same diagonal. So the first 3 units all go uphill, and then we're going to switch and make these next 3 from our downhill units. And you want that zigzag to start appearing. So you'll notice that the long sides colors match up, and then when you put the next row in, the short side colors also match with the long side colors. So I can follow that pattern again. I want my short side color to match, and now my long side color to match, and that makes that zigzag in the block show up very nicely. So now we take this over to the sewing machine and sew everything together, just like a 9 patch. We can make a row of 3, row of 3, row of 3, and then 2 horizontal seams, and we will have our block finished. There is our zigzag block, a 9 patch of half rectangle triangle units. Enjoy! Visit truebluequilts.com to find all the pattern information for the Little Bit Different Block of the Month program. I hope you had fun with August's zigzag block in the Little Bit Different Block of the Month program. If you need to catch up on other months, check out this video and see the fun that we had with the June block. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.